Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down big ideas. Today, we're digging into the art of attraction by looking at two, really different philosophies. On one hand, you've got this dramatic, almost forbidden theory of seduction, and on the other, a modern psychology-backed guide to building a truly genuine connection. So yeah, let's get right into it.
So let's kick things off with this really provocative idea. What if there's a secret rulebook for attraction that most of us just never get to read? The first philosophy we're exploring argues exactly that. It suggests attraction isn't about cheesy pickup lines or grand gestures, but a powerful, almost hidden craft that's built on a really deep understanding of human desire.
And this brings us right to the heart of that first theory, the seduction paradox. So what is it? Well, it's this fundamental clash between what we're told works, be direct, be totally honest, lay all your cards on the table, and what this philosophy claims actually sparks attraction, which, it turns out, is something else entirely. And right here, you can see that conflict laid bare. On one side, there's the logical approach. It's direct, it's predictable, it's almost like a business proposal. This theory claims that usually just puts people's defenses up. But on the other side, you have the seductive approach. It's all about intrigue, tension, and emotional depth. The goal here isn't to get a simple yes or no answer, but to create a real sense of curiosity. You see, this first philosophy argues that attraction is a really delicate thing. Being too direct, revealing everything at once, and being impatient, it basically kills the tension before anything has a chance to grow. It suggests that attraction really thrives in the subtleties and the unspoken currents that flow between two people, not when everything is just laid out in the open from day one. So how does this idea of twilight build into a whole craft? That's what we're going to explore here. And it's really important to get this straight. The argument isn't about being dishonest or manipulative. It's about mastering a completely different, much more subtle form of communication. The idea here isn't about tricking someone. It's actually framed as the art of awakening emotions that are already there, just sleeping. It's about kind of gently bypassing someone's logical, everyday defenses to connect with a deeper desire that they might not even be able to put into words. And this is exactly why trying to logically convince someone to be attracted to you almost never works, right? Pushing for it, demanding it, trying to argue your case, that's blunt force. It just comes off as clumsy, maybe even a little needy, and instead of drawing someone in, it just pushes them away. It extinguishes the very spark you're trying to create. Okay, so that's the dramatic theory, steeped in mystery and shadow. But how in the world does this translate into an approach that's modern, practical, and frankly respectful? Well, this is where our second source comes in and completely reframes the entire idea. And this slide just captures that pivot perfectly. The whole metaphor shifts. We're moving away from the idea of a conquest, a battle to be won, and moving toward gardening. The goal is no longer to win someone over, but to plant a seed of connection and just give it the right conditions to grow all on its own. So, how do you actually plant that seed? This is where things get really practical. The modern approach takes all these abstract ideas and boils them down into 4 key strategies, all grounded in psychology and, most importantly, respect. And here it is, the modern roadmap. Take a look. You'll probably notice that some of the earlier ideas, like approaching indirectly and creating a bit of mystery, are still here. But now, they're reframed. They're about building comfort and respect, not about some grand scheme. So let's break these down one by one. The first key is all about entering someone's life gently. So instead of some big, dramatic, direct gesture, you just become a warm, familiar presence. We're talking small, repeated, totally low-pressure interactions. A casual hello, a quick chat here and there. This builds a foundation of comfort and trust, and it allows fondness to grow naturally from that familiarity. And look, this whole friendship first idea isn't just a hunch. It's actually backed by data. A major study found that a whopping 2/3 of romantic relationships begin as friendships. This pretty much proves that building that comfort and rapport first isn't just one way to a real connection, it's the most common way. All right, the second key is about intrigue, but in a totally healthy way. This is not about playing games. It's what you might call controlled disclosure. So instead of laying all your cards on the table at once, you just reveal yourself in layers. It makes the process of getting to know you feel like an engaging adventure, not like someone's just reading off a resume. And there's actually some real psychology behind this. Our brains, believe it or not, love solving puzzles. A little bit of healthy uncertainty, not knowing exactly where you stand with someone, can actually increase attraction.
Why? Because it triggers the release of dopamine, which is the neurotransmitter linked to reward and motivation. It just keeps the other person engaged and curious. Next up is social proof, and this is a powerful and really fundamental part of human nature. Just think about it. We're all drawn to the busy restaurant, not the empty one, right? Well, the exact same principle applies here. When someone sees that you're liked, respected, and that people enjoy being around you, it acts as a powerful, unspoken signal of your value. And again, this isn't just a theory, it's been demonstrated in scientific studies. Research has shown that both men and women rate potential partners as more attractive when they believe that person is already desired by other people. It's kind of wild, but we often unconsciously copy the romantic preferences we see around us. And finally, we arrive at the one thing that both our ancient source and our modern guide agree on. This is perhaps the most crucial element of all, the one quality that holds everything else together. I mean, that quote just says it all, doesn't it? It perfectly summarizes this fourth key. So why is impatience such a sin? Well, because at its core, it signals self-centeredness. Patience, on the other hand, it demonstrates confidence, security, and a genuine respect for the other person's feelings and their autonomy. It shows you value them as a person, not just as a goal to be achieved. So, at the end of the day, where does all this leave us? After exploring both the forbidden art and modern psychology, the core message is surprisingly the same. True, lasting attraction isn't something that's forced or manipulated into existence. It's nurtured. It's nurtured through empathy, through patience, and through a real understanding of the emotional world that all of us share. And that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. Is this all an art form that you need to master with rules and techniques? Or is it simply a connection that needs to be nurtured with care and respect? Maybe the real art is knowing that it's a little bit of both. Thanks for joining this explainer.